Today we just thought of discussing some of the important aspect of Krishna's appearance. Why does he appear? In what is the speciality of his birth? How it is different from our birth in this material world and these kind of things. So there's a verse which comes in Bhagavad Gita which says Janma karma chame divyam evam yoveti tattvataha twakta deham punarjanma naiti mameti sorjuna. In this verse, Krishna is saying that anybody who understands two things, anybody who understands Janma and Karma. Whose Janma and Karma? My Janma and Karma. If you understand my appearance and my activities in this world, which are Divyam, Janma, Karma, Chame Divyam, they are transcendental. Evam Yoveti Tattvataha. It is not that you should just know about Krishna's birth, Krishna's activities, but you should know them in truth, tattvataha, in reality. Then Krishna is saying, Twakta deham punarjanma naiti mameti swarjuna. After knowing my appearance and my activities, then after giving up your body, twakta means giving up, twaja, deham. After giving up this body, deham, this material body, twakta deham punarjanma. There is no punarjanma happens. Punarjanma naiti. There is no punarjanma happens. But what happens? Mameti swarjuna. That person will come back to me. So interestingly, it is said that it is so much difficult to go back to become liberated, to go to a spiritual realm, because we are all bounded up by three modes of material nature. We are bounded up by our own karma. We are bounded up by so much of, we are like shackled in this material world. And it requires years and years and lifetimes of tapasya to be able to liberate oneself from all those conditioning of material life. It's so difficult for us even to just give up some material attachment in this world. So if it is so difficult even to give up some attachment in this world, then how much it is possible to give up all the attachment of this material world. And not only developing detachment in this material world, also developing attachment towards Krishna. If you see in our own case, some habits, some problem or some kind of addiction we have, it's become so difficult to give up those kind of attachment in our life. Attachment to particular person or situation or position. It's not easy. And you won't become liberated unless you become detached. And you won't go back to Krishna unless you become completely detached and become completely attached to Krishna. So if that is a so tedious, so difficult process to become liberated from this material world, then why is Krishna saying that simply by knowing my birth, my activities, twakta deham punarjanma naiti mameti swarjuna? Why is he saying that? If getting out of this material world is so difficult and developing attachment for Krishna is so tedious, it's not easy thing, then why is Krishna saying simply by knowing activities of mine, simply by knowing my birth, you can go back to Krishna, you can come back to me, you'll be liberated. What does this mean? It means that because each one of us have heard how Krishna appeared, each one of us know that what all different pastimes Krishna performed, but we are not liberated, we still have attachment. So it means that if we have to understand activities of Krishna and appearance of Krishna, what Krishna says here in this verse, evam yoveti tattvataha. Tattva word is very, very important. Tattva means knowing in truth, knowing in reality, knowing as it is. So it's so powerful just to understand how Krishna appears and how Krishna performs his activities simply by knowing his activities, his detailing, we can become liberated. That is so much powerful. So let us try to understand in brief that how Krishna appeared and why Krishna appeared and what are the reasons Krishna appears. So before we go into the details that how Krishna appeared, let us understand why Krishna appears. What do you all think? Why Krishna appear in this material world? What is the reason of Krishna's appearance? Anyone, if you would like to try? Why Krishna appears in this material world? What are the reasons? So first reason why Krishna appear in this, I think I'm not able to hear.
Because he wanted to, there was too much of Kali Yuga, so he wanted, to come down to this material world and make people realize the the Sai Kirtan, the Hare Krishna.
So very important point that he wanted us to realize that what are we doing in this world and we are suffering and we should go back to him. The first reason why Krishna appear in this world is Krishna's compassion. Krishna come to this world only because of compassion. He really don't have to come here. Thank you very much, Gita Mataji, to teach us how to love. Yes, we'll be coming to this point to teach us how we can develop love towards Krishna. The reason why Krishna comes is Krishna's compassion. Because after all, we are his part and parcel. We belong to him in a very intimate and intense relationship. The kind of relationship we have with Krishna is very, very intimate and very intense. But we are completely illusioned and we are completely forgotten that relationship. And we are suffering in this world. And we are trying to achieve we're trying to fulfill so many ambitions, trying to aspire so many material things and working very hard towards that. Even to get that drop of love, that drop of the shelter in this material, we have to slow so much, we have to really put a lot of effort out of our heart. So when Krishna sees that this living entity, simply if they surrender to me, they could enjoy the ocean of happiness, ocean of love, there will be no problem of maintaining their existence. But these living entities are suffering just to maintain themselves. Struggle for existence is so deep, so intense. So when Krishna sees all of that, Krishna's heart melt. And when Krishna's heart melt, he cannot stop himself but to come in this world and to give us the way, to give us the route, to give us this knowledge by which we can again start coming back to him. So in that way, when Krishna came to this world and Krishna gave this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, is the symptom, is a symbol, he's showing his compassion towards us. He's empowering his holy name. He's incarnating as sound incarnation, Shabda Brahman. That is another compassion of Krishna. Let's imagine all of us are there and we have been chanting, we have been reading Bhagavad Gita, and our life is touched by the Krishna's knowledge in the Bhagavad Gita. Let's imagine there was no knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. There was no chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. There was no Ramayana, there was no Mahabharata. There was no pastimes. Imagine your life now and remove all those transcendental opulence what we have got. I say that is a transcendental opulence. Because to be able to chant Krishna's name is an opulence. To be able to read Bhagavad Gita is an opulence. So remove that transcendental opulence from our life and see what would be our life like. Just imagine for a few seconds. Close your eyes and imagine if this knowledge was not existing with you, if this Hare Krishna mantra was not there with us, what would be our state like? I would give you a few seconds. Close your eyes and imagine what you are today, your status, and remove all the knowledge, remove all the spiritual development, remove all those spiritual, beautiful, pleasant moments, and now imagine what would your life be like. It would have been so tremendously horrible, isn't it? So, our life, the way it is today, and we are trying to go towards divinity, trying to understand spirituality, is only and only because of compassion of Krishna. Our life will be very, very difficult if we remove compassion of Krishna from our life. And another reason, another compassion what Krishna shows towards us is by manifesting his own spiritual world in this material world. We go to Vrindavan, we go to Dwarkadish, we go to Badrinath, we go to Kedarnath, we go to so many wonderful, spiritually vibrating, surcharged places in this world. And by going there, our heart get touched. We become purified. If let's say all those dham were not existing in this world, life becomes so dry. There is no purpose of living for devotees at least. So, first reason why Krishna come to this world is because of compassion. And I want you to think, I want you to feel Krishna's compassion in your heart. That Krishna came to this world only because of his compassion. And not only compassion, when we start giving ourselves, start reciprocating, start feeling his compassion, he is ready to give himself to us. Like out of compassion, Krishna approached Bali Maharaj, and out of compassion, Krishna took away all those opulence from Bali Maharaj, and out of love, out of his kindness, he became the doorkeeper of Bali Maharaj. Putana came to kill Krishna, smearing poison on her breast. Putana came to kill Krishna. But what did Krishna do? Krishna gave her the possession of his own mother. Because Krishna was so compassionate. So, in a way, even though Krishna comes to protect devotees, even though Krishna comes to kill the demons, he does only out of sheer compassion. So, if we can realize that compassion of Krishna, you see how much enlivened our life would become. Even for that matter, we are able to eat food, we are able to do anything in this world is because of Krishna's compassion. It is not only his appearance, but he has given us facility even to live in this world. We may have so many ambitions, but without Krishna's mercy, we cannot fulfill that, either direct or indirect. Indirect by giving us all those facilities, by giving us intelligence, by giving us those opportunities, by giving us those situations by which we can fulfill our desire. That is indirect compassion. Direct compassion is when he gives himself to us. The first reason why he appeared in this world is out of compassion. Second reason why he come to this world, as Gita ji pointed out, is to show his love towards us. Because in this world, we may have everything, but we don't have one thing. We don't have pure love. We are hankering to experience pure love in our heart. And Krishna has come in this world, and out of love, he is giving himself to us. He is ready to give himself to us. He has given his knowledge of Bhagavad Gita out of love, out of compassion, out of love. So, he even gives pleasure to his devotees when he comes. Because there are multiple reasons why Krishna came to this material world, and based upon what level of consciousness we are existing. There are some devotees who are ready to go back to Krishna. So, and these devotees wants to experience that sweet exchanges with Krishna in their pastimes. And we know that how Ramchandra came to this world, and there were many sages who wanted to associate with Ramchandra and who wanted to serve Ramchandra out of that conjugal love. Then he said, I will come as Krishna. Then you can become my gopis. Krishna came to this world. He reciprocated the love of gopis according to their heartfelt desires. So for fallen devotees, for fallen people, he is showing his compassion, and for his exalted devotees who's ready, who's just about to eject from this world and go back to him, they just ready to come out of this hospital, they're completely purified. For them, he has come to show his love by performing pastimes with his devotees. His pastimes. He performs Leela. And those Leelas, those pastimes are full of devotion, full of mellows, full of love. May it be Krishna stealing butter of Yashoda Maya, may it be he's carrying his friend on his shoulder, may it be any of the pastime, may it be he's having lunch with his Gopal's friends, may it be he's performing Julan with Radharani, may it be he's performing Rasa dance, may it be anything, any pastime of Krishna. It is full of love. The pastimes are full of love. And these pastimes, the third point come, they are the pastimes which can attract us also to go back to Krishna. Because we need inspiration. Why we have to go back to Krishna? He came to this world, he performed those pastimes, and it is registered in Srimad Bhagavatam, so that when we hear these pastimes, we also can become attracted. Oh, let me also go back to Krishna. Otherwise, there will be no motivation for me. Like somebody is in a prison house, and for long they have been in prison house, they have forgotten completely what the city looks like. But if they really see what the real freedom is like, what the real city looks like, there's a demo, the dummy city which has been created inside the prison house so that they can get inspiration to go out of the prison house by rectifying themselves. It is that kind of situation. So he has come so that when we hear about Krishna, we can get attracted towards him. He has come to perform pastimes so that we can get attracted towards him, and we can develop that inspiration to go back to him. That is third reason. The first reason is out of compassion. Second reason is out of love, to reciprocate devotees' love. Third reason is to perform pastimes. The fourth reason it comes to, by performing different pastimes, he wants to reclaim all the fallen conditioned soul. He wants us to go back to him. Although we are so adamant, I don't want to come back to you, Krishna. And see, he's a Shadeshwara Purnam Bhagwan. He's Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. He practically owns everything. And we are minute, infinitesimal living entities. And we are rebellious. I don't want to go back to you, Krishna. So what Krishna can think, okay, live here forever. I don't know, I also don't want you. Because I'm not losing anything without you. I have Lakshmi Sahastra Satasambrahma Sevyamanam. I have thousands and thousands of Lakshmi standing in queue to serve me in Golok Vrindavan. I don't want your service. I don't want you. In a way, because I don't want your service because I am full in myself. I am complete in myself. Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Iduchyate. I am complete. I don't need you. But still, he wants us. Why he wants us? Although he is not losing anything without us, it's because he can't stand how much we are suffering in this world. He can't see that how much painful we are in this situation, that we are losing our own real wealth and we are trying to search for some material thing, which is like Dhruv Maharaj says, Kachan Vichinnam Api Divya Ratnam. It is like broken glass in front of shining jewel, which is Krishna. So it is Krishna's compassion, it is Krishna's love, it is Krishna's acceptance. Because sometimes people think, why Krishna? I'm so fallen. Why Krishna will think of me ever? Why Krishna wants me? Why Krishna have to accept me? Krishna will not accept me. I'm so fallen condition. So he does not accept us because we have some qualification. He accepts us because his heart is so pure. His heart is so soft. His heart is brimming with that love for us. So we may have limitation in receiving Krishna's love, but he does not have any limitation in showing his love to us. We may think why he will love us because we are so fallen. Yes, we are fallen. But it does not restrict him giving you his love because he's Swarat. He can do whatever he wants. So the very fact that he has come to this material world, the very fact he is giving us Bhagavad Gita, the very fact he is giving us all the knowledge, all the opportunities, all the performing pastimes for us, is that he's wanting to accept us. He's wanting to love us. So we just have to open our heart to receive his mercy, to receive his love, to receive his compassion, and become recipient of his all those wonderful qualities and go back to him. And how do we receive it? We receive it by bringing Krishna in our life, by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, by understanding his knowledge, by serving him. So all these are the ways by which we enable ourselves to do best self-care for us. For Atma, it's the best activity Atma can do for itself, for himself, is to receive Krishna's love, is to receive Krishna's compassion, is to receive Krishna's kindness, is to feel Krishna's kindness, is to be grateful towards him. And when we become grateful towards Krishna, we serve Krishna, it is said that Krishna also becomes grateful towards us. How Krishna would be grateful toward me? I have not done anything for Krishna. But it is said that the gratefulness comes out of remembrance, that that person has done something for me. Out of that remembrance, out of that feeling towards that person is doing something for me, gratefulness comes. And that comes out of honesty. Honest person only will recognize, okay, that person has done something for me. And out of that honesty, when that person remembers, okay, that person has done something for me, he will appreciate that. And that is what gratefulness is all about. So now Krishna is a supreme honest personality of Godhead. He's supremely honest personality. So if he is supremely honest personality, then how will he forget any activity we are doing for him? He's always appreciating, okay, my devotee is chanting my name now. My devotee is serving me. My devotee is sacrificing for me. My devotee is struggling for me. My devotee is doing this for me. Each and every activity he is remembering. He is appreciating. And he is grateful towards us. And out of this gratefulness, he is giving more of himself to us. He is giving us more knowledge. He is giving us more mercy. That is how he is showing his gratefulness towards us. So, understanding why Krishna appeared in this world, let us see. When Krishna was in the womb of his mother, because Krishna was born to Devaki and Vasudev, so even before Krishna appeared, he was in the womb of his mother. Demigods comes and pray to him. Beautiful verse which comes in Bhagavatam, where the demigods is praying to Krishna. Let us see what are they praying to Krishna. They praise Satyavatam Satyaparam Tri Satyam Satyasya Yonim Nihitam Cha Satya Satyasya Satyam Vrite Satyam Netram Satyatmakam Tvam Sharanam Prapannaha. So if let us see what that verse is. It says Satyavratam. Satyavratam means Vrata. Wow. If he has decided to do something, he will do it. Because when he decides to do something, it will be completely perfect. If he's thinking, let me do this, because it is his perfect mind which is thinking, it will be completely perfect. And if it is completely perfect, that nobody can stop him performing that. So it's Satyavratam. It means if Krishna has decided, I want to take this devotee back to me, back to myself, nobody can stop him. If Krishna has decided, I want to love this devotee, I want to give him mercy, nobody can stop him. Nobody can stop his mercy. Because he's Satyavratam. His Vrata, his vow, his determination is always will be accomplished. Then Satya Param, he's Param Satya. Param Satya means he's absolute personality. He's Param Satya. There is nobody beyond him. He's an absolute truth. Tri Satyam. Tri Satya means he's always present as absolute truth. Before creation, during and after creation. Tri means Tri Kala. Before, during, after. In the in the past, in the present, in the future. So now this word Tri Satyam is a significance wherein demigods are recognizing that this child who is going to take birth, not that he will become absolute truth, he will become Krishna, he will become God after appearing from mother's womb. No. Even before he entered into mother's womb, he was Satyam. When he is in the mother's womb, he is Satyam. And when he will enter out of mother's womb, he will be Satyam. Tri Satyam. So Krishna will always be Krishna. Not that at one point of time he becomes Krishna. Or he realizes his power at one point of time. No, he never forgets his power, absolute personality. That is Tri Satyam. Then what are they saying? Satyasya yonim nihitam cha satyam. Satyasya means all the relative truth which is coming from Krishna. Satyasya, which is emanating, which is taking birth. Yonim. Nihimta cha satyam. Even that womb in which you have taken birth, it is also Satyam. Then he says, Satyasya yonim Satyasya satyam vrite satya netram. He Satyasya satyam. He is the one who is all truth. So if he is whole truth, for an example, anybody who is not truthful to himself cannot approach absolute personality. If let's say I am thinking something else and I'm doing something else, I'm performing hypocrisy, in my heart there is something else, in my action there is something else, there is duplicity, there is hypocrisy, then we cannot really approach spirituality, we cannot really perform spirituality. It is a very basic, very basic requirement for you to start exploring the realm of spirituality, to be transparent, to not have that hypocrisy. So if the people cannot approach Krishna who are hypocrite, you can just imagine how much Satya he would be. There will be no tinge of hypocrisy in Krishna's personality. Because he will not be understood by anybody who even have tinge of hypocrisy in their life. You see, Satya se satyam, brite satya netram, Satyatmakam tvam sharanam prapannam. Satyatmakam means everything pertinent to Lord is absolute truth. He is Satchidananda Rupa. So even Krishna, before Krishna appeared in this world, this is what demigods are talking about him. He is Satyavratam, he is Satyaparam, he is Param Satya, he is Tri Satya, he is Satyasya yonim nihitam cha satyam, he is Satyasya satyam, rite satya netram, Satyatmakam tvam sharanam prapannam. Such a beautiful shlokas. It's all going to talk about Satya. Satya means he is a reality. He is Krishna himself. He is Supreme Personality of Godhead. So when Krishna appeared from the womb of his mother, he did not appear like an ordinary child. He appeared like a four-handed Vishnu form, with full of jewels, full of that silk garment, yellow silk garment, having helmet. So he did not appear like a naked child, two-handed child. He appeared like a full-fledged Vishnu form, four-handed child. It means even in the womb of his mother, he was not an ordinary child. And then when Vasudeva wanted to see Krishna in the real form of Krishna, the way they wanted to see him, then they requested him, okay, now please convert into your real two-handed form. And then Krishna became the small baby Krishna, real form of Krishna. And then Krishna said, okay, now I want to go to Gokul because I want to do my pastimes, childhood pastimes. Now there's a girl which has taken birth in Yashoda mother palace. You go to Yashoda Maiya, you exchange me from that girl. So then Vasudeva takes, and at that point of time they were shackled. Mysteriously all their shackles get opened up. All the people who were kind of policing them, they all went sleep. So Vasudeva was free. He took Krishna and he came out of prison. He crossed Yamuna and it was a torrential of rain because Mother Yamuna wanted to touch Krishna's lotus feet. That is why she was so eager that when Krishna will appear, when I will be able to touch Krishna's feet. So when the Vasudeva was crossing through Yamuna, that very moment it all started raining heavily. At that point of time, because of that rain, Krishna slips out of the hand of Vasudeva. and Krishna personally takes bath in Yamuna. So Yamuna wanted to touch only feet. He said, okay, touch my entire body. And then Vasudeva again picked Krishna back. He goes to Gokul. It was a midnight, and then he replaced with because Mother Yashoda gave birth to a girl child, but because of labor pain, she slept off. She couldn't really see it was a girl or boy, baby girl or baby boy. So Vasudev immediately interchange with that girl and comes back. And Yashoda is thinking, okay, my Krishna is this is my child. I gave birth to a baby child, a boy child, and that is why this entire pastime continues. So if we don't have this higher understanding, we may think, okay, Krishna appeared just like an ordinary boy, and my child takes birth like that. Krishna also have taken birth, but no, Krishna has not taken birth like this. So there's a verse again, and how we can now the whole point we started is if we understand Krishna's activities and Krishna's birth, we'll go out of this material world, we'll be liberated. But the point is, how do we really understand then? What is Krishna's in reality, in truth? There's a verse which comes in the same chapter of Bhagavatam, wherein the demigods are praying when Krishna was in the womb of mother, and they gives the idea that how we can go back to Krishna. This is, let me read out this verse. That's 36 shloka. 36 shloka. Yeah. It says that nama rupe guna janma karmabhir nirupatye tava tasya sakshine mano vachobhyam anumebhya vartmano deva kriyayam pariyanti athapihi. They're saying, O Lord, your transcendental name and form are not ascertained by those who merely speculate on the path of imagination. Na nama rupe, nama means Krishna's name, na nama, na rupe, na guna, Krishna's qualities, janma karma bhir. Krishna is saying in Gita, janma karma chame divyam. If you know my janma and karma, same thing demigods are repeating here in the 10th canto of Bhagavatam. What demigods are saying? Na nama rupe guna janma karma bhir. That the people will not be able to understand Krishna's janma and Krishna's karma, Krishna's form, Krishna's qualities, Krishna's nama. Nirupatve tava tasya sakshine. They will not be able to ascertain with their mind. Mano vachobhyam anumeya vartmano. They will not be able to have that anuman, anumeya vartmano. Mano vachabhya, by using their mind and by using their words. We cannot speculate. Okay, let me think. Let me sit and let me think. Okay, Krishna might have taken birth like this. Krishna might be looking like this. Krishna may be performing this because of that reason. These all are mental speculation. But how we can understand Krishna? We cannot understand Krishna, Janma and Karma by our own speculation. That is why it is very difficult. That is why people really don't go out of this world if they try to understand Krishna with their own mind and intelligence. Then what is how do we understand Krishna then? It says Deva Kriyayam Pratiyanti Athapi He Deva Kriyayam. Only when we do Deva Kriyayam. And what is Deva Kriyayam? Deva Kriyayam means the Kriya which is connected to Krishna. The devotional activities, devotional service. Only by performing devotional service, Deva Kriyayam Pratiyanti Athapihi, then only we can understand, ascertain what is Krishna's real name, form, activities, and birth. So when we perform devotional service, starting with Atha Krishna Namadi na bhavet grahinde sevan mukhi jivado swayam eva sprutiyadaha. Similar verse which comes in Padma Purana which says that we cannot capture Krishna with our mind. We can capture Krishna only by service. And the service starts by our tongue. That is by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. When we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra with our heart, with our feelings, we hear each and every word of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Then what happens? Krishna reveals himself to us. Swayam eva sprutiyadaha. He has to reveal it to himself to us. We cannot capture him. He has to give himself to us. He has to give his own knowledge to us in the heart. And that happens by when we do Deva Kriyayam. When we do Swayam Sevan Mukha Hi Jivado. Sevan Mukha by doing service, Deva Kriyayam, by performing devotional activities. So when we perform these things, then only we can understand Krishna, and then only we can go back to Krishna. So that's how we understand all this beautiful dynamics of Krishna's appearance. If anybody have any